You want to go do karate in the garage? Yep. Did we just become best friends?
So, yeah, this is Did We Just Become Best Friends?
Mm-hmm.
And this is our first podcast back from our little hiatus.
From draft day.
From draft day. Oh, man, that was the last time.
Yes.
Yeah, 2019.
First of 2019.
Yeah.
The 4th.
The 4th.
January 4th.
Yeah,
awesome.
January. So hopefully we can get this going back to Do It Weekly.
Yes.
Try to do something like that again.
Yes.
We'll see how that goes. But yeah, man, how you been?
I'm good. Actually, really good. The new year. So, of course, you got I'm going to work out. You better and cut back on soda.
Was that New Year, New Me?
New year, new me. 2 days in, it's like, yeah, I like the old me better. I'll just stick to that level.
Yeah, it's easier.
It's a lot easier. Change is hard. Change is different.
Yeah.
But,
what was the rule? I think 21 days to build a new habit. So
Yep.
that just takes, by the end of the month, hopefully you can build a new habit. But it's hard, man.
Speaking of new habits, I don't know if I've told you this, or I'm gonna start coaching football.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'm start
You said
coaching
it the other
football.
day.
So yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun, and I can't wait. It's basically off the guys I used to play semi-pro with.
That's awesome.
The Chicago Chargers. So some of them, they have their own team, 8-on-8, full contact pads in Chicago. Can't wait. They wanted me to play. I told them I'd rather coach, and I explained to him about Death Nights, and he loved the concept that every year our team was getting better, and every year I kept recruiting, and I want you to coach instead. So
Yeah, that was fun, man. So for like new listeners, people who don't know stuff like that, the Death Knights was our
two-hand tag,
and then we tried to
Football league.
convert it into the flag, into the new league.
Yeah.
That league crapped out after a
Yes.
long time. It was there for a long time.
Yeah, it was there for a while.
But yeah, and then that's awesome, man.
Yeah.
So I want to play, but I know with school right now, that's probably I won't be able to practice. You know, it's just
Right.
school starts Monday, and I'm in school every day except for Friday.
Yeah, unfortunately.
You know?
Yeah.
So
Unfortunately, that's how time is, and
Yeah.
scheduled conflicts, and if you can't make it practice, that's fine. It's nice just to head out there, check it out, see how it is, and we'll see. Just take it from there. Because unfortunately, just like any other football, people get hurt.
oh yeah. I saw one of our friends who we played with. He's like, you know what? I got a new gig. I want to, but
Mhm.
making money is important right now.
Yeah, which is fine.
Yeah.
On the subject of football, we have a new football fantasy champion,
Oh yeah. Self-proclaimed
self-proclaimed. Yes,
Mr. Consistent.
Mr. Conceited. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's him.
Mr. Conceited. Johnny. So if you're watching this, congrats.
Congrats, man.
That was, man, that one still hurts. That one hurts so
Yeah.
bad. Oh man. It was Christmas Eve. It was the Monday Night Football game. And I just needed 6 points. 6 points. And I had one of the league's best running backs.
Lindsey?
Philip Lindsay was running. And I'm like, got it. 6 points, 60 yards. I mean, he
60
can,
yards or a touchdown.
a touchdown. I mean, he's got it. I mean, no way. And then I'm watching, I'm like, man, it's like third quarter-ish. I'm like, and he really hasn't ran that much. And then, so finally, like, the families, I had family here.
Right.
So they were talking, chit-chatting. I'm like, oh, let me check out the game. So I turned on the game and I watched, and as soon as I turned it on, it was like literally as soon as I turned it on, he ran. And I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, man, where is he? And then they cut like maybe a couple minutes later to him sitting on the bench getting his hand wrapped. I was like, what?
Yeah.
And then
his hand went back.
yeah, he strained it or hyper flexed it or something like that. I don't know what exactly, but I know he's missing the Pro Bowl, which is like a big deal for him.
Yeah.
And he missed week 17, right? Yeah. Last
he did.
week.
Yeah.
So man, I wind up losing by 0.38. He needed to run 4 more yards.
That's it.
Not even a first down. Not even. He needed 4 more yards, and I would have been champion again.
He almost broke that one too. Right before he messed up his hand.
Yeah.
He almost broke it through. He almost got that touchdown.
Yeah, he was one. Like if he broke that one tackle, he for sure would have got that touchdown because
Right.
he needed like that touchdown was maybe 7-10 more yards.
Yeah.
Roughly.
Yeah.
You know, and yeah, oh man. Yeah. That one hurt. I'm like, maybe, but I'm like, he already broke the record of the 1,000 rushing yards for the season. He's gonna take a chill.
So Johnny, congrats,
man.
I say you got lucky, but then again, that's as Mondo says it, that's how the cookie crumbles, and that kind of sucks.
That was any given Sunday, man.
Yeah,
in this case,
now Johnny talking crap to me, saying, "Oh, don't be hating. You be like me." I'm like, I'm better than you. I'm a 2-time champ.
Yeah.
Until you get the third belt,
2-time.
then I got something to worry about.
2-time. Oh man, that's why I was like, man. Like 5 years, I win 2, Fredo won 2.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. That'd be awesome.
Like, hey, who else can win? Who else can play this? You know,
Right.
Yeah, Manny was in the playoffs again. You know, if anybody's Mr. Consistent, it's Manny every freaking year in the playoffs.
He's Mr. Consistent.
Man, Mr. Playoffs. That's what I should
Mr.
call him next year. But yeah, so I got second place. Johnny got first. Sergio got third. Sergio's been doing really good in our league. I know he's been in a few other of leagues with some of his friends.
Right.
But yeah, he's been pretty dominant. Like when he actually like focuses on picking up and dropping off, he was whooping butt this year, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. For me personally, I'm gonna root for Omar next year. Like he's the main guy I'm gonna root for.
You know,
he has a team every year. He has a squad.
Yeah.
He has a good team. He always gets like just really unlucky on who he's playing against and bye weeks and everything. It's just, man, it's just like, I feel bad.
Yeah, I mean, unlike baseball, which it's a consistent thing. Football, people get hurt left and right, and then if some guy just happens to have a breakout game,
yeah,
and that's the same guy you have, but he's on your bench, and then the following week you play him and he's like a crappy game.
Yeah,
it's just the luck of the draw, basically.
Yeah,
you know. I mean, Omar, he does draft a really good team at times, and he keep missing spots.
Yeah. Hopefully next year I got some things planned. I know I talked to you about it. Yeah, next year's gonna be a lot more fun. So we always do a loser. And we don't have the stand here like we usually do. Right. We're in the middle of a location change.
Mm-hmm.
But the loser is Mr. Alex again, two time back-to-back loser trophy winner. Man, I don't even think he was paying attention though.
Come on, Alex, you got to pick up this trophy. Paying attention or not, you won. You lost. Time to man up. If it was the belt, would he showed up and get the belt?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Of course. Who wouldn't? So I mean, come on, Alex, don't give him this thing. It's your baby for 1 year. 1 year only.
One more year.
One more year.
But yeah, man. The fantasy football was good. That was fun. Now, NFL playoff time. Who is in the playoffs? Who's got like one of the I think they're number 2 seed in the NFC. The Bears.
No, number 3.
Number 3?
Yes.
I thought since they won.
If the Niners would have beat the Rams, we would have been number 2. The records would have been identical.
Yeah.
So therefore, but since we had beat them in the regular season, we would have gone to number 2. However, the Niners lost. The Rams won. So they stood at number 2, and we got number 3. So we get Philadelphia, and then which is a third place versus 3rd versus 6, where the Bears are the 3rd, Philadelphia is 6. Okay. And on the other side is Cowboys versus Seahawks. Now, it's going to be a rough game, but I strongly believe we'll pull it off.
Oh yeah,
I think so. Our defense is going to be strong. Their offense is okay, even though they have good weapons. But I think we could overpower them.
Oh yeah.
I say the Bears will win. We go against Los Angeles. And I say the Cowboys will win. They all go against New Orleans. From there, we'll beat Los Angeles in LA. Then the Saints will win. Cowboys.
Oh, yeah. Like, no doubt.
And then we'll go against the Saints at New Orleans, which is a very difficult place to play. It's very loud. It's a super dome. So it's going to be fun.
I honestly think we're going to the NFC Championship.
I also think
what
so. It's going to be a
happens-
rough path, but we could do it.
What happens once we're there, man? But I mean, if we can get to the NFC Champion, even like getting into the playoffs, every sports announcer wrote us off.
Yeah, they did before the season started.
Yeah, they're like, 3-10.
Yeah,
You know, like
8-8.
8-8. They legit, like, I think it was about 500 roughly,
Right,
a little bit
yeah.
below 500.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then look at this, man. We just dominated. You know, the head coach was
A rookie coach.
man. He is something else. He is so good. I think he won Coach of the Year. Did he?
He was a candidate, I believe. I'm not 100% sure. I have to look in that.
I know they just announced Mac was Defensive Player of the Year.
That's awesome.
You know, so I'm like, man, you know, and then I mean, you know, Matt Nagy, he is, man, wow, having a good coach who's not afraid. I feel like he's like a good mix of like old school, new school, and running risks at the proper time. You can run a risk like all the time, but doing it when it's like the risk is a little bit more in your favor and the reward is big, but like if you don't miss it, it's not like the end of the world. It's like he has good decision making, you know, and Trubisky, man, he's man, wow.
You know,
I can even
Trubisky, I like.
Yeah.
I've always liked him last year when they were complaining, oh, who are you going to start, Brian Greasy or the rookie? I always said start the rookie because he has a lot. If he's a franchise, we traded a bunch of draft picks just to go up one spot to draft them.
Yeah.
But now we're going to just bench him over a second string quarterback that didn't prove nothing in Tampa.
Yeah.
I was like, no, those guys are stupid. Let me take over for me. I kind of felt that way.
Yeah.
Mitch would have started. That's fine. Growing pains. That's cool. This is his second year. Now, Mitch ended up playing half the season, if I'm not mistaken. And he did roughly okay. Now, this year, he came out. I was afraid he was going to throw more picks and touchdowns. Which wrong, happily wrong. Yeah. And one of the breakout games that put his name on there was against Tampa when he threw 6 touchdowns, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, crap. Yeah, that's right.
6 touchdowns,
and
I think 1
career
interception.
day.
Yeah, it was
a career day on your second, second season?
Yeah, in the second season.
Like,
on the
man.
fourth game, I believe.
Yeah, it was like the first quarter of this, I think.
Ever since then, he throws a pick, he overthrows. Zach Greasy, not that good, but it's getting there. And that's what Coach Nagy was doing. He's playing to him, to his comfort level. As far as the risk, it's not much of a risk when you put a bunch of big guys on one side and you throw it to an offensive tackle for a touchdown. It's mind trickery, and it's fine. I think Nagy should win Coach of the Year if he hasn't, because he took up a Bears team that was dead last to first. A lot of people are praising Mac. I praise him.
Oh, yeah.
But would the Chicago Bears record be 12-4 if we didn't have Mac?
I don't know.
I mean, if we didn't pick up, not pick him up, if we didn't trade from him, what would be the Chicago Bears record?
I think they would probably have lost at least 2-3 more games.
2 or 3 more. So our record would be 10-6.
10-6. You know,
that's what I say.
I would think that would be about right. But I mean, him just being, and especially like, it was fairly quick. It was during the offseason, right before the season about to start, that this all happened. So he didn't have like much time to like really get to know everybody. I mean, now, of course, you know, whole season in, you shed your, blood, sweat, and tears with these guys. You know, they know each other. But at the beginning, it's like, oh, you don't know. Like, yeah, he's this awesome, LB. But is he going to be good? Is he going to fit in? And it was like with the first week, he was just insane. Yeah, sacks, tackles, this and that,
strip sacks.
Man,
interception.
The interception, that's right.
I mean,
he's just a monster from day one. Was just, and I think he's just going to continue. It's like now we have like somebody to run the offense that can be a franchise guy, and now we got somebody that's going to run the defense that's going to be a franchise guy, and right now it's just a Bears thing. You got a new quarterback, a fairly young linebacker, a new head coach that are going to be here for years. Yeah. And then the rest of the NFC, well, I want to say the rest of the NFC, definitely the Green Bay Packers, they just went to crap.
Yeah, they're growing.
Man, what the hell happened there? Vikings are awesome. I think
overpaid quarterback.
Definitely. I mean, they thought last year they were one good quarterback away from possibly winning it all, if not going to the Super Bowl for sure.
I mean, I'm no discrediting on Detroit also.
Yeah.
I always liked Detroit, really. Stanford, the only thing is they got to get a running game going.
Yeah.
The passing game is there, and this guy has a strong arm, and they paid him $100 billion for like 10 years or what have you. But still, I mean, honestly, a lot of things with that. Going back to Mac real quick, we traded draft picks for him, and Mac, if I'm not mistaken, he's 25, 26 years old. So he's young.
He's young.
And I think on top of that, we signed him for 6 years.
This is his third year, I believe?
I believe fourth
year?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's still fairly new into the league. He's still...
and he's considered like a hybrid player.
Oh, yeah.
Because he could put him on the line to rush. He could go on the one side, the other. He could be linebacker. That's why they call him hybrids. I think he fits well in the scheme. I think that worked out so well for him.
Yeah.
Like, hey, man, just go down there and get that guy with the ball.
Yeah.
That's it.
More or less.
His hike, tackle him. If his arm is up, smack the ball down, pick it up, go for a toe. Oh, okay. Oh.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what he did.
One thing I didn't realize until pretty late into the season how confident, not cocky or arrogant, but how confident the Bears team is this year. Like Trubisky, like he wanted to take charge. He just wanted to do it. Fuller was like, "Oh, I'm gonna get a dozen interceptions," And like,
I mean,
he like all these guys are just like it's just not like, oh, if we could just win the game. They're like, no, we're gonna go out here and we're gonna dominate and we're gonna like make you guys work for it. And yeah, I mean I remember one game that they lost. It was a good game. It was a good game. It was pretty close. I can't remember who we played against.
The Giants, Dolphins, Packers.
The Packers.
It was
the Packers one because they should have won it, but it was I mean, what's his name? Aaron Rodgers is still a quarterback god,
Yeah,
and that was at the beginning of the season, when they were supposed to be like the best team in the world and all that BS, So that was a good game, and I thought like something like that. I was like, yeah, like we lost, but man, we made them work for it. Yeah, like that they haven't had to do that in a long time.
Right. They, of course, Aaron Rodgers being Aaron Rodgers, we knocked him out. We hurt him. He's out. No, it's Green Bay. Nope, It's Aaron Rodgers. He comes back and
one arm, one leg, man.
Right, 24 to 23. And you know what the funny thing is? If Fuller would have intercepted that ball, we would have been the number 2 seed.
Oh, because we would have had that
because
win.
we would have been tied with LA.
Mm-hmm.
So we would have been number 2. LA would have been going against Green Bay.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry,
Minnesota.
No, it's just that one.
They would have been Minnesota?
They would have had to go against Philly, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Philly.
Which Philly had beat, I believe, in LA.
Yeah.
This year. I could be wrong, but I know it was a close game.
That's one thing either you hate or love about the NFL. It's like, especially towards the end of the season, they're like, well, if they win, but they lose, and they win, and they tie, and it's just like there's a million scenarios.
Yes, there's a whole bunch of scenarios.
Oh, man, I love that part of it, because I like looking, I was like, well, if this happens,
Right.
But yeah, man, who else? The big thing is brother versus brother. Kyle Long versus the other Long brother. That's gonna be, and they play on opposite sides of the ball, which means they get to see each other.
They're gonna see each other
face to face. That is awesome. And he's coming back. Kyle Long is coming back.
Yeah, he's coming back. He came back last week.
Yeah,
he did. He had a really good show.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun. But man, imagine if you're Howie Long.
Actually, Howie Long is gonna be there.
Oh, I'm sure
because since it's gonna be broadcasted on NBC, Howie Long's Fox broadcast is gonna be on Saturday night.
Oh, okay.
So Howie Long's going to be there
in
Chicago, here in Chicago.
Yeah.
And it's going to be his birthday.
Oh, wow.
So Howie Long's birthday, looking son versus son in wild card.
Yeah. I mean, that's something like, that's crazy. I was like, because I mean, his one, obviously the Eagles won last year. So he's got a ring. And it's just like, Howie Long's got a ring. It's just like insane, both of your kids are in the playoffs, playing against each other, like face to face. and you're, oh man, like this is something for me. Is like that's gotta be so cool, you know, as a football fan and as a parent. It's like my kids. I mean, but I'm sure he might have had that growing up, you know, playing little league.
Yeah,
you know.
of course. His favorite son is gonna be the one that wins.
Well, the one who still got a Super Bowl ring.
Yeah, well, yeah. Let's hope that Kyle wins though.
Yeah, but that's gonna be fun. Alshon Jeffrey's been talking so much trash. Not really about the players though. It's just about the field, which
the field and the organization.
The organization. But I mean, so much has changed. You know, it's like, you know, the leadership is different now and stuff like that. You know, I mean, you still got the people running the show, but
of course, yeah.
It's different. You know, it's like, man, can you imagine if we had Jay Cutler like now with this setup now?
Yeah, we'll suck.
No way.
Yes.
No way, dude.
Yes.
Jay Cutler. They never played to Jay Cutler's strengths.
Only one coach did. Pressman,
yeah.
And then in the following year, they got too carried away, and then they fall out of that routine. Cutler was up there. He was one of the top quarterbacks in the league, and I believe he was number 2, and he was behind Peyton Manning and ahead of Tom Brady. Now that's phenomenal to think that. Us Chicago Bears fans, we're always known as a running game, not a passing team. But yet we have this quarterback that throughout his whole life, he wore nothing but blue and orange because he was with Denver.
Yeah.
And then he was here.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's right.
And then Tressman, that first year, I'm like, man, this guy's awesome. First year. You know, Canadian coach, and people were talking crap, and he did well. But the following year, I don't know what happened to Cutler. Got arrogant. Or what? But
he got a little cocky. But they changed up they got a new
offensive coordinator.
Mm-hmm. I mean, how many freaking offensive coordinators did Jay Cutler go through? Like at 4 or 5, you know? And it's like you have no time to build any kind of foundation with it. It was like, all right, remember everything you learned last year? Yeah, forget it all.
Yeah,
we're gonna start new. You know, no offensive line. I mean, that was probably one of the worst offensive line in the history of the NFL. I'm not talking about like the year. I'm talking about like ever in the NFL. That was the worst.
Yeah, he held the ball. He had the ball way too long. I mean, there was a receiver open, and he second guessed it, and then he just threw it away or held it way too long. Or just
me personally, like I thought he was good until like he just got beat up. And then now it's like you kind of build that fear that, you know, that like can I trust my linemen? Can I trust my wide receivers? He didn't have no one to throw it to either until last few years. You know, he had a couple guys, but he didn't have anybody to protect him. He had Forte in the backfield, luckily, you know, to maybe like, here, you go get hit. Yeah, here's the ball. Here's the ball.
Or here, just go a wheel route and I'll dump it to you.
So I think if we got Jay Cutler. Not now, like continue, but if we got him in his prime, like when the Bears first got him this year with Nagy, man, I can see some cool stuff happening.
You know, I see what you're saying with that, but the way I look at players, and this is how I kind of coached Death Knights, have you? Just imagine like Play-Doh. Okay, so you have Jay Cutler as a Play-Doh person, you have Trubisky as one also. But Trubisky's fresh. So he's fresh out the can, and you could easily mold him the way you want him to. Now, you got Cutler. He's been out for a while. He's been in the league for a while. So he knows system. He knows
what I'm saying, what if we got him when the Bears first picked him up, that was his second year.
Who, Cutler's?
Cutler.
I believe he was already in the league in 4 or 5 years. He was with Denver for a while.
He was with Denver for but not that long. It was like Mac. It's got to be 2, maybe 3 years. It couldn't have been that long because he was a Pro Bowler too. Jay Cutler was in the Pro Bowl. You know, the year that we picked him up. You know, or the year after. It was like, here, you're in the Pro Bowl, or we're gonna scoop you up now. You know.
Wow. See, that's something I have to look into. But my theory was, if the Play-Doh has already been out and it's harder to mold because it just doesn't want to bend or cooperate, then you're going to have a little pushback with it. Whereas Trubisky, fresh out the can, you can mold him any way you right.
Yeah.
Now, I understand what you're saying. If the coach and personnel we have now versus back then, the personnel back then wasn't as bad because even though there was a revolving door of offensive coordinators, our one point, our offensive lineman, I believe, was Mike Tice. which was a Minnesota head coach.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, if we can't do much with that, along with we had our offensive coordinator from the Rams, which was a head coach. I can't remember his name. I mean,
can't remember.
we can't.
That O-line
Can't do
was
much.
just so bad. It's like, how many times are you gonna trust what's his name? He had such a big game or talk, but his game was garbage on the offensive line. He was a blindside lineman.
The left tackle.
I can't remember his name.
Neither can I. He's not that important if we can't remember his name.
I remember he was like, people made fun of him a lot. People made fun of him. But I don't know, that was then. Now it's a new team.
Now it's a new team, new era. Everything's brand new. It's a younger team. Remember, Nagy, he's 36 years old. So some of these coaches, some of these players he's coaching is older than him.
Yeah.
You know, and maybe the same age.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's gonna be crazy. I mean, he does well this year. Does great. I got a big fear of sophomore jinx, which is basically the second year of coaching or a player. You're gonna just be crap, you know, and that's my big concern right now. But
we'll see, man. I mean, the offensive coordinator is awesome. The defensive coordinator is what Fangio. He's, oh my god. I mean, I hope he doesn't leave. Not for a while. Not for a few years, man.
I know he has 2 interviews lined up on Monday. And reporters had asked him if you're ready for it. He said no. He's like, no, not once. 0. I got 0 preparation on any interview because right now I'm focusing on Philadelphia.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
But I mean, his options right now, 2 people, which is Denver and Miami. I mean, I don't think he's gonna want to play with them or either of them, even though they say, hey, we want you to have this job. I don't think so because the personnel is not there. It's in a rebuilding stage.
Yeah.
I mean, would you come from? I mean, the Bears have him for another 3 years, and the only way he could leave is if he gets a head coaching job. He can't go from the defensive coordinator to defensive coordinator. Right. That's where the contract comes in. But I mean, I don't think if he goes to Denver, I mean, maybe he has some offensive issues there.
Yeah.
Defense, you got Von Miller and defense over there. Their defense is pretty good at Denver. That I can see him fitting there a little bit more than Miami.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I don't see him.
I don't think he's gonna.
No, I don't think so either. I think if he's smart, it's like, let me do what I can at Chicago. Hopefully, maybe try to win a Super Bowl. If not, get into the playoffs a bunch of times. Like, kind of show his worth, like build his resume, basically, and then like 4 years from now or 3 years when his contract's over, see how that goes. But hopefully, I really, really hope he doesn't go anywhere right now. I really don't think he will. But we'll see.
What are your predictions for Sunday?
For this Sunday, I think the Bears are going to win. It's going to be a close game. But I think it's going to come down to the fourth quarter, and I think it's going to come down to our defense. I think that's going to be the big.
Let's hope it doesn't come down to our kicker. Because I'm scared.
Oh, man.
If it's 22-23 and we're down by 1 and this guy goes out to hit a 40-yard field goal and we miss it, or even worse, he hits the post because he's done it.
What, 4 or 5 times?
5 times.
That's insane.
And that's crazy because I think you get 4 points for hitting a post because it's so difficult to do that. And this guy managed to hit it 5 times in 1 year.
Wow.
There's players out there who never hit it 5 times in their life.
Yeah. Didn't he do it like twice in a week?
3.
In 1 game?
In 1 game.
That's insane. That's like
I thought it was replay. Seriously,
that's insane. I mean,
to
me, like one of the worst moves the Bears have ever done is getting rid of Robbie Gould.
Yes,
man. Why?
They got rid of him because he had a slump. Yeah, and Chicago fans, and when fans.
But I don't remember the fans ever really like going after him like that.
Well, I mean, if the fans react to him. And then there's the personnel, and then you got to do something. We don't want to lose our. All right, you're gone. Now he's in San Francisco hitting 80 yards, 80-yard field goals.
Yeah, I mean, he gets.
We should have never got rid of him.
No, that was like because dude, his freaking thing is good as gold. Like, come on. I mean, that's his like little catchphrase. I mean, this guy is legit Mr. Consistent, you know, and like
not Johnny.
he's he's so good. And everyone has a slump, you know. That's just it just happens, you know. Especially kickers, whatever reason. I always notice like there's always that superstitious kind of stuff with kickers. But man, yeah, you just kind of deal with it and like, all right, that was no big deal. You know, your track record for years and years and years and years,
Right.
you know, say otherwise, and just kind of deal with it, and then boom. But yeah, where you say San Francisco now? The Niners.
The Niners. He's still there. I mean, he's hitting them. He's up there. He's like one of the most. He's like the second or third most accurate kicker.
Oh yeah, yeah. As like when you think of kickers, you're like Vinatieri, Gold. You know, it's like
Edinger was good.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's just. I mean, you're like.
So, what do you think they're gonna? It's gonna be a close game. It's gonna
be a close game. No, it's gonna be a close game.
I still say 24-10.
24-10.
Yeah.
I'd say maybe like 24-17.
24-17.
24-17.
I can see that.
Maybe. Yeah, 24-17. 2 touchdowns, a field goal. I can see the Bears scoring a few. You know, defense, I think, is going to be a big thing.
Yeah, our defense is going to be fine against their own line. I'm more concerned of their defense. They have I think they call it a wide 9, which you got the defensive ends lined up a little bit wider. So therefore, it opens up more lanes, more holes on the offensive line for potential delayed blitzes and what have you. Now, I'm letting you know now, and if they do that with the Bears, and if they try to trap Trubisky, he's going to take off.
Oh yeah,
that's going to bite him in the butt.
Yeah, oh yeah, big time.
Trubisky's going to take off.
He's a runner, man. He's got some legs. He's good with them.
Right.
He's good with them.
What worries me that our backup quarterback Chase. I don't like him. What the hell is he doing there? Get rid of him, Nagy. We don't need him. We really don't. You know, I mean,
finding a good second string is so hard. Better than what we had last year. Was it last year? When do we have Mark Sanchez?
I think I prefer Mark Sanchez. I think Sanchez is our third string.
No, he's not playing for the Bears anymore.
Really?
No, he's playing with a different team.
Call him up.
No, he's playing with somebody. I can't remember what. Yeah, I don't know, man. Butt fumble is not the greatest.
I mean,
QB.
Hell, let's call the guy, the one baseball player now. He's the Neil at the end zone with Denver.
Oh man, Tim Tebow.
Yes, call him up.
Tim Tebow.
I mean, if you have a quarterback that's scrambling, he's supposed to. Okay,
I would
one-on-one etiquette on football. You're supposed to keep eyes on field. What does he do? He's running. Oh, someone's coming.
Oh yeah,
he hides.
Yeah, I wouldn't be too upset if we can get Kaepernick.
No,
I'd be
happy.
Like it's the reputation and everything. He's not going to get a starting job.
No, not anymore. He's up in age now.
I mean, yeah. I mean that alone, just on his stats, he's probably not going to get that and the statistics. But I'm like, he can be a solid like second stringer, you know, and I can see imagine getting like a person like Kaepernick running like a wildcat with 2 QBs on the field or something crazy like that with like Trubisky, like 2 QBs who can run and throw. Like,
if that's the case, I believe RG3 is going to be available.
I never liked him. I never thought he was good. I never. He had one solid half a season, and then he always gets hurt.
It doesn't matter if he's good or not. He's better than our backup.
Oh yeah,
I say pick him up. It's period. That's it. Because Trubisky's gonna be our starter.
Yeah. Oh yeah, hands down. But yeah, we'll see. That's gonna be a fun week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll definitely come back next week and talk about our sorrows or our happiness of the NFL.
Yes,
for that week. That's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be a lot of fun. I think the game's gonna be good.
So, before we end it real quick, what's your prediction for the Super Bowl? Who do you think is going to Super Bowl?
Okay, of course, diehard Bear fan, Bears. They're gonna go through Saints, and I think
you think they're gonna get through the Saints.
Yes, I think they could get through the Saints. They have a high-powered offense. We have a high-powered defense. our speed kicks the whole league's butt. Now, as far as AFC, I know a little bit, not much. I see the Colts going far.
They've been really quiet this year.
Right. I see the Colts going far.
Good.
Actually, the Colts are going against Houston. Colts are going to beat them. Right, I tell you that right now. But it's going to be the Chiefs and Colts, and the Chiefs are going to go. And that's going to be a Super Bowl because the Bears and Chiefs, really quick, Nagy King was an offensive coordinator for the Chiefs.
Right.
So now their formulas are similar.
Mm-hmm.
So now they have similar formulas. We're going to see a high-powered game. Now, our defense is one of the best in the league. Defense wins championship.
Yep.
So that's why I strongly believe we could go through Philly, LA, and the Saints. Drew Brees is amazing. However, if the defense is there...
Versus Mac?
Yes.
Man, wow.
If the defense is there... I mean, if they double team Mac, you have Hicks in the center, right in the middle. So if you double team him, okay, you got 4 guys, maybe a tight end, a tackle, a guard, and center, guarding all one side.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what's that going to leave? 4 people blocking 2, and then you have another 2 plus add a blitz.
Yeah.
I mean, I strongly believe that's why I strongly believe the Bears can make it that far. If Trubisky plays smart, doesn't rush, doesn't hurry, doesn't do that, we could do it. Just play a game. Don't play to win, just play the game.
Yeah. Yeah. I think he's been pretty smart overall.
Yeah.
I think I was really, really surprised. I thought he was gonna do like some of those silly rookie mistakes. And for the most part, I was like really surprised on how well the solid he is overall.
He owns up to his mistakes, and I think that's a lot of credit towards him.
Yeah.
And Nagy too, because Nagy's like, look, you made a mistake. Let's fix that. Let's work it. Get rid of the mistake and move forward. But yeah, I mean, can't wait. Tomorrow, it's less than 24 hours before the first kick. Actually, less than 24 hours before Bears kickoff. I'm sorry, scratch that.
No, before.
Yeah, because
Saturday night game, right?
It's a Sunday night game.
Sunday night? No, there's a Saturday night.
Yeah, there's
for some games, and then Sunday.
Yeah, there's
night.
2 tomorrow, 2 Sunday. Yep. Well, guys, buckle up, get your popcorn ready. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun NFL. But yeah, I think we'll end this episode right there. Mm-hmm. Bunch of football. Super excited. Just finished fantasy football.
Yeah.
Again, congrats, Johnny. I know we got
Mr. Conceited. I mean, consistent. Yes. How consistent can you be if my girlfriend beat him?
He lost one game. And he almost lost the championship. Don't forget that you almost lost the championship there, Mr. Conceited. But he won. You know what? I can't hate on the guy. He won. He got it. He got the belt. So yeah, congrats there.
Congrats, Johnny. You deserved it, man.
Yeah, that was actually a really fun fantasy football season. It
was unsuspected.
For me. I thought, at first I was like, I was gonna lose, and everything happened. Is a bunch of ups and downs. Will was amazing, and then he just crapped out.
I mean, out of steam at the end.
Man, James, Jessica, there's a bunch of people in the middle that were fighting for that. It
was close,
spot.
Man. It was close.
Yeah, so it was fun. It was really, really fun. This is like one of the most fun years. But man, it is a year of just Johnny talking crap. It's gonna be just the year of BS, man. Oh man, but it's comes with the territory, man. It comes with the belt.
Yeah,
when you win, you could do the stuff like that. So I'm expecting a picture a week of him holding the belt somehow. So but yeah, and then go Bears.
The Bears.
And see you guys next episode.
We'll hopefully we try to do it weekly. Take it from there.
Yeah. All right, guys. See you guys later.
Have a good one, guys. Bye.
Let's play a game.